A helicopter landed at the village entrance, and 3 elegantly dressed women stepped off. They had returned to find the father who had once raised them by collecting trash. As they approached the ancestral hall, they saw their father surrounded by a group of villagers. He was crouching on the ground, dressed in rags, while the villagers shouted insults at him. The youngest daughter's eyes turned cold as she stepped forward. Without hesitation, she raised her hand, and the man leading the jeers was instantly knocked to the ground. The villagers were stunned, finally realizing that she was a martial arts master. Unwilling to back down, the man's son boasted that he was a disciple of a prestigious sect and challenged her. Yet before he could even make a move, the youngest daughter struck him with a single palm, sending him flying 3 meters back. He fell to the ground and fled in disgrace, shouting that he would bring his master to seek revenge. Another man then stepped forward, his tone laced with mockery as he claimed to be an elite of the Academy of Sciences. His words were full of disdain, asserting that she couldn't possibly understand the power of science. The second daughter merely smiled faintly and pulled out her phone. She made a brief call, then stood calmly. Moments later, the man's phone rang. On the other end was the Academy's HR department, notifying him that he had been dismissed. Terrified, the man dropped to his knees and begged for forgiveness. Only then did he realize that the woman before him was none other than the director of the Academy of Sciences. At that moment, the man who had fled earlier returned, this time with his master. He was smug, thinking the tide had turned, but as soon as the master saw the youngest daughter, his expression changed drastically. He took several steps back, his voice trembling as he addressed her as sect leader. The villagers were in uproar, finally comprehending just how remarkable this father's daughters truly were. Yet, a young man in pink stepped forward, sneering confidently. He bragged about his impending collaboration with Jiang City's wealthiest tycoon and claimed that once his company went public, even sects and the Academy of Sciences couldn't rival him. He pulled out his phone, ready to flaunt his connections, only to hear the ringtone coming from the eldest daughter. She calmly answered his call, leaving the young man dumbfounded.